Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Street Coder Nate, and we were continuing the browser object model tutorial. And so the last video what we covered was the window, and in this video we're going to cover the window.screen. What is the screen capability that we have access to? And remember, the reason I'm teaching you these things is so that you have the knowledge that these things exist. Now, you may not be using them all every single time in your JavaScript code, but you need to know that these things exist so that when you do need them, when you do want to add that dope ass functionality, you're like, oh yeah, I remember my nigga Nate was teaching me this. Here we go. Let's tap in. Okay. So right here we got the JavaScript window, the JavaScript window screen. Well, what is the window screen? Because in a previous video, we was already talking about the window. So what is this window versus the screen, right? Okay, so let me try to get y'all right real quick. Well, because this kind of confused me for a little bit too. So let me go ahead and make this distinction before I teach what the window versus the screen is, right? Okay, well, the window is, let me grab myself. The window is all of this, where the white, all of that Safari, that's the window part. That's the window. This is the window, right? Now the screen is this part. You see how I'm going full up and down? That's my screen. That's my monitor screen. I'm going all over my monitor. Right now my window is just in the middle of the screen right here. My window is just in the middle of the screen. I can move the window all over the screen. So when we're talking about the screen versus the window, the window is more so referring to the application window, while the screen is actually referring to the physical hardware that the user has, the physical screen. Right? Okay, cool. So the window.screen object contains information about the user screen. Cool. So the window.screen, if we want to get access to the screen, we can say window.screen or screen, or we can say screen and whatever we need. Like as you can see right there, screen.width. Okay, so the window.screen object can be written without the window prefix like everything else. And so we got screen.width, height, available height, color depth, and pixel depth. Let's see what these mean. So we got screen.width. What is this? This will tell you the actual width of the screen, not the width of the window, how big the window is. No, it's going to tell you the width of the screen. How big is that user screen? Because as you can see throughout like programming and websites, like dynamic and what's the word? User-friendly websites to different screens. It'll come back to me set media queries. But you want to know the different user screen sizes so that you can make your components and your elements nice for that specific size. And so you can do certain things like figure out what the screen size is just by saying screen.width, and then if the width is this big, then run this type of function, and if the width is that big, run these set of procedures. That's what it's pretty much like, right? And that's why we would use it. Okay, so window.height. It's pretty much the same thing as the screen right here. You see, height. That's pretty much what it is. Okay, window, screen, available width. So the window available width property returns the width of the visitor screen in pixels minus the interface features like the Windows taskbar. Okay, so basically this is saying you got on your window, let me go back to my window. On my window right here, if you look all the way at the top, let me grab myself. If you look all the way at the top, right there, you will see that I got the little Apple sign right there on the window. Then I got the Finder and all of that. So that's kind of like a taskbar, if you will. And so basically, when it says available screen, it's minusing everything off. Let's say I have my notifications up too. It's minusing everything off of the screen that's not a part of the available window space for, let's say, or the available space for like the window to be loaded on, if that makes sense. Okay, cool. And so typically it's already just the full, because there's nothing really on the screen. Unless you got your taskbar on the left-hand side, then your available screen size should be less than your actual screen size, because that's not, you feel me? Okay, cool. All right, color depth. I don't think I ever used color depth. Let's see what it's about. Property returns the number of bits used to display one color. That's pretty dope. I don't know why you would use it, but once again, once you get deeper into like your projects and you say, oh, the color depth is 24 pixels or 24 bits on this one. If I knock it up to 32 pixels, I'll get a deeper color rather than like a true color or something. I don't know. Like, I don't go that deep. Like, I'm more so, I'm a back end person actually, but I do front end for fun. I challenge myself to learn it. Okay, so, and now I'm teaching it. I teach it at boot camps too. Okay, so window screen pixel depth. All right, so pixel depth. Property returns the pixel depth. Once again, don't know why you would use these things, just want y'all to know that they exist. Here you go. How would you use it? Screen.pixel depth. And you can go deeper into like what is pixel depth for like my artists and creative people out there. Y'all probably understand this more than somebody from the back end who just like, hey, give me the data, let me figure out how to process this, and I'm gonna give you the data back. Like that's where the back end is. Okay, so we pretty much for modern computers, color depth and pixel depth are equal. Cool. Okay. So yeah, we pretty much finished up the screen. Like window.screen was real simple. It's just what's the screen, and like now you gotta mix your creativity in with the things that you're learning. You need to mix your creativity in. Cause I was in class learning this shit, and I'd be like, oh, not this shit, but I was in class learning like C++ and shit, and I was like, bro, why am I learning this? What am I gonna do with knowing that, I could use this operator to do this? Like, what is that? What is the bigger picture? And I really had to realize that the bigger picture was when I had to take autonomy and say, I'm going to use my creativity as well as the information that's being given to me and figure out what I can do in these projects. And so right now it was real hard. It took me about 2 or 3 years to really get over that hump. It's like, I think it's called like the tutorial hump. And at school, like, you're not really following tutorials, but you kind of are because it's a lecture, and so technically it's a tutorial. And so what a tutorial hump is like you just keep on following tutorials, and then you're like, when am I gonna be able to do something on my own? Come on my own projects. And that's where I was at for a long time, because no one taught me that you take this information and then you mix it with your own creativity, and then you can really just start building out different things as you're practicing the skills. And that's the point of this. So we're gonna hop into the next video in the next, we're gonna hop into the next topic in the next video. Until then, deuces, let the street way. Peace.